skillful, free from doubt. Purport. Um, the purport is little long, so what we're going to do, I'll just read paragraphs and we'll try to discuss one paragraph each. In this seventh chapter of Bhagavad Gita, the nature of Krishna consciousness is fully described. Krishna is full in all opulences, and how he manifests such opulences is described herein. Also, four kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna, and four kinds of unfortunate people who never take to Krishna consciousness are described in this chapter. So, to begin with, Prabhupada explains here Krishna is full in all opulences, and how he manifests such opulences is described herein. So, the very name Krishna is because he is full opulences, all attractive, and there are six opulences which we get attracted even in this material world. If someone is beautiful, if someone is powerful, if someone is strong, if someone has full knowledge, and if someone is fully renounced, and someone is beautiful, right? So these all opulences any human being has are part of Krishna's original opulence. Because Krishna has it, any living entity has the opulence. So therefore, once you understand the opulence of Krishna, why Krishna is explaining his opulences? Because it is natural for us to consider any opulence. Uh, we are the masters of whatever opulence we have. It's easy to think like that if you do not know who is the original opulence, what is the original opulence. So therefore, it is very important to in Krishna consciousness to understand who the opulence really belongs to. So just like you see, beauty in this material world, it's very temporary. It's not long lasting. But if you know the beauty of Radharani and Krishna, the original in spiritual world, then you don't get much attracted to the beauty of this material world, because we know what is beautiful. We never see Krishna as an old man. Have you ever seen Krishna as an old man? No. Have you ever seen with the beard? No, right? Bald head? No, right? So Krishna is ever youth. Krishna is ever youthful, and it's a good news for all of you too. You are also ever youth. Only body is growing. You are not growing. Krishna never grows beyond 16. You also don't grow beyond 16. You will not experience that now. Probably you are in your early 30s or late 20s, right? So as you grow, now I'm 71, correct? But I feel I'm 16. When everybody, all of you danced yesterday so nicely, I was also feeling that I should also dance, but I can't. The desire to be 16 years is still there. I want to eat nice food, but I can't. I cannot digest. So 16-year desires will be always there. That is Krishna's growth to 16 years. So the living entity's growth is also spiritually only 16 years. Your desires, even if you become 80-year-old, you're still 16. Only body is growing. Body is growing. So that is the spiritual beauty that makes this body beautiful. Not the body in itself is beautiful. So it is very important to understand spiritual beauty. That is our original beauty. So then knowledge, how much knowledge we can have? We can have one PhD, two PhD. Is any person in the world who have made that he says he knows everything? Nobody knows, correct? And even if he says I know everything, make sure that he don't know himself. He may know everything, but he don't know himself. That's what mainly what happens if you try to acquire material knowledge. You become ignorant of your own self. Now that is a important part of the modern education. Thanks for modern education, right? uh, Somewhere I saw one t-shirt which I always quote in my Bhagavad Gita class. Said that by birth I was intelligent. Education spoiled me. I don't. I should not say that in front of you. We are all you all are come here to get higher education, right? But nothing wrong with having a higher education, but understand real education. The purpose of all the education is to understand God. You know, Why? Because whatever education you are all taking, in this material world, anybody who takes, is just an detailed explanation of 8 material facts of Krishna's opulence. Mm. Earth, water, fire, air, either, mind, intelligence, and false ego. That's it. Anything or any subject in this world is related to these 8 matters. There is nothing beyond this. Earth, water, fire, air, either, mind, intelligence, and false ego. भूमिरापो नलो वायु कम मनोबुद्धिरेवच अहंकार इति मन्ने भिन्ना प्रकृति रष्टता. Only these 8 factors are just a manipulation of all these 8. So all material study is only linked to these 8 topics. There is nothing beyond. No? Engineering, medical, business, everything is related to these only 8 things. Somehow or other, or you will come back to this original 8 things. But this is the that is why it is called half knowledge is dangerous. Hmm. If you have only this material knowledge, and if you don't know what is the source or what is the uh, channeling or moving factor behind this knowledge, then you I mean naturally this knowledge is used for exploiting. Just like today's knowledge is used, everything, the whole science, whatever inventions they make is very very nice, but mostly you can see it is used for exploiting. It is exploiting, correct? So any gadget, if you try to understand Krishna, it is very helpful. But how many people use any gadget to understand Krishna? The gadget takes them away from Krishna. Is not right? So that is the exploitation. We don't understand we are exploited by the technology. We don't understand we are exploited by using so many things that makes us forgetful. So if you use the same thing, like we are using this iPad here, and probably some Zoom calls are going on. So that is a wonderful technology. I can sit here and reach in Mumbai, or reach in Pune, reach in any part of the world. This is amazing technology, correct? So, but if it is not used in Krishna's service, it is misused. It is misused. So that is why Krishna explains what is the complete knowledge. So apare mitastanme prakriti vidhime param jiva bhuta mahabhavo yayedam dharete jagat. The most important part is the moving factor of this 8 material nature. That is the jiva or the soul. To have this both knowledge, that is complete knowledge. So along with whatever material knowledge we acquire, we should have this spiritual knowledge also. So both these knowledge is coming from Krishna. Both. Krishna is not giving only material nature knowledge; he is also giving spiritual knowledge. Because for him there is nothing material. For him, everything is spiritual because it's coming from spirit, soul, supreme spirit, Brahma, Ishvara, or Bhagavan. So full in knowledge. So we are also full in knowledge, Satchidananda. But what is full in knowledge means? What is complete knowledge? To understand I am part and parcel of Krishna. That's it. That's the end of all the knowledge. All knowledge is meant for understanding this one point. That's why if you know this, I am part and parcel of Krishna, that is complete knowledge. Then everything is details. Everything is detail. So that is so Krishna has this complete knowledge, and he is the source of all the knowledge. And when we learn more and more, we go on understanding the depth of Krishna consciousness, and also how wonderful Krishna is. How wonderful Krishna is. The more and more you know about all the knowledge. So that is Krishna's opulence. That is, he is all full of knowledge. And his third opulence is strength. No? How much strength we have. Right nowadays, we don't have modern boys, and they don't have much strength. Correct. Previously, I remember my father used to carry double of his weight. I cannot carry even my weight. You know, because that's where if you see the big forts and temples in India, there no modern technology at that time. How these big stones have gone on the top of the hill? Just imagine the strength. Now I cannot, without even anything, I cannot climb 10 steps. I don't have to carry anything. So the strength is diminishing. Correct. I don't know what is exactly the record of weightlifting in Olympic. maybe 350 or whatever that is. I don't know exactly, whatever that may be. Even say if you say 350, I'm overestimating. So that is not at all, it is not at all a strength, you know. So what is Krishna's strength? You can see Krishna lifted Govardhan at the age of 7. That is his strength. So compared to us, God's strength is very much powerful. He's all powerful. Now, if you have a hard time believing Krishna lifted Govardhan at the age of 7, right in front of our eyes, he's doing more, manifestation of strength. You can see all the planets; they are just moving in the orbit. Krishna is not even touching them. Here, at least Govardhan, he has one pinky holding it. So all these planets, Krishna explains that Maya Dakshina Prakriti, they are all rotating, and it is easy to hold a stationary thing, but it is very difficult to hold a moving thing. Correct? Have you ever experienced that? If the ball is moving, can you hold it? Not possible. So that is Krishna's strength. Even if you don't believe in Govardhan Leela, that's fine. Right in front of our eyes, go outside and you can see sun there. So he's just hanging in the orbit, right? So that is Krishna's strength. So therefore, in Vedic culture, as soon as you get up in the morning, you offer obeisance to sun. Because through sun, by his opulence, we can understand the opulence of Krishna, right? So that is his strength, right? Then richness. So who can claim that I have all the money in the world? I may be billionaire, whatever that is, but I cannot claim all money belongs to me. Correct? Actually, we think all money belongs to us, but actually, if you see the stamp of it is belong to the government. It doesn't belong to us, right? Now you're all Indian background, like 7 8 years ago. One fine night, Modi came on the TV and he said, "Notes are correct." So everybody was like scared. They were thinking that the money is mine. Immediately demonetization finished everything. All the money is seized. So actually, the government is the owner of the money. It's in our name right now. We can think that it is ours. But at the same time, when we die, when we leave this world, nothing comes with us. That's very simple fact. But Krishna, that is his opulence. Everything, he owns. And how many things he owns in this world? Can someone keep sun or moon as a servant? Krishna has sun, moon, water, fire. They're all the devatas. They serve Krishna. Of course, they don't take any money, no salary, no remuneration. They are just serving out of love. Can you imagine how much service Surya Deva is offering from the beginning of creation till the end of creation? Is there no vacation, not for a 5 minutes. You don't go for any family outing, nothing. It's just there. That is service. That is his service. So that is the opulence of Krishna. So and above all is renunciation. Krishna has everything, but he is not attached to it. He is not attached to it. So these are his 6 opulences. So that is how he is manifesting his opulences through his different energies. So whenever we see any beauty, we have to understand this is insignificant part of Krishna's original beauty. Whenever we see any rich person, we have to understand this is insignificant richness of original person. That is Krishna, is Dwarkadish. So same way, all the 6 opulences. So that is how a devotee is not. If he has anything, he is not puffed up or he is not proud because he knows that whatever he has, it is given to him by Krishna. He's just a custodian. He is not the owner. Right? Any opulence, if I have knowledge, where that knowledge coming from? It's coming from Krishna. So therefore, the devotees automatically they become humble, the understanding who is the powerful person. So then it said 4 kinds of fortunate people who become attached to Krishna. So who are those 4 kinds of people? Krishna explains that Chaturvida bhajante mam janana sukritinartana artho adnyartho arthartur jnani cha bharatavarshabha. So first is the Chaturvida. There are 4 kinds of people come to Krishna. Artho, that means those who are undergoing some difficulties. Many people go to temple when they are in difficulty. When they have everything what they want, they think I am doing all these things and I am the doer and everything. I don't require God. But we can see if something bad happens, immediately they run to the temple. Right? That is called artha. Where when somebody is in difficulty. But what happens? Those kind of people, their faith is not strong when they are when that all the distress or all the difficulties are gone. They can forget God. They don't continue. Correct. हो गया मेरा काम. They are away. They are finished. So that is not kind of a high conduct devotional service. Arthartho. Those who want money, they go Sukha Sampatti Dhanalave, that's what they do. They sing the Arti. So please, Krishna, give me money, and when the money you get the money, you forget. Once in a while you do little yagya or give $10 donation and everything, and I give you something, you keep quiet, and I have all the money. So Artho, uh, Arthartho. So, but he is also, if his faith is not strong, because he is coming to the temple for money. When he gets money, he forgets God. You know, he just gives some donation. He said, "Okay, you take your share." You know that Tirupati Balaji has many businessmen partners. Because why? Because his name is there, so they get money. Correct? They give per certain donation. So that is arthartho, jnani. So those who are in search of knowledge, or by knowledge, who are trying to understand Krishna. Right? By knowledge, who are trying to understand Krishna. So according to their limitation of understanding, limitation of knowledge, you can get understanding of God. So God can be understood in three phases: Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti Shuddhate. So spot on the first level, lowest level is he is spread all over like a soul. Soul is kind of a part and parcel of Krishna. Then above that is the knowledge of Paramatma. He is the soul, but also there is a super soul, part parcel of Krishna. And the third, the highest knowledge is Bhagavan. He is the source of Atma and Paramatma, and he is an individual person. So this, but jnana is many people they stuck only. I'm not this body. That's it. Beyond that, they don't know. So therefore, there are many institutions they talk about peace, yoga, and uh, good health, like that. So that is only on the bodily platform. They don't go beyond that. They don't have any knowledge about how Paramatma is situated in everybody's heart. And they are kind of a yogis. By meditation, you can close your eyes and everything is shut off, and you look inside, and you are still surviving. So you understand there is some supreme, more than this body, so that you can understand there is a spirit soul. So, and Paramatma is there. And above what? Above that is to understand there is a Parama Ishvara, supreme controller, who is controlling everything. And that includes me, and everybody is controlled by the Bhagavan. So this is complete knowledge. Correct? So that is Jnani. So by jnana, according to your surrender, you understand this knowledge. So if you are completely surrender, you understand Bhagavan. But you're just stuck with the bodily level, then you understand I am not this body. That's it. And beyond that, we don't have get this knowledge. So that is jnani. And then arthartho, jidnyasur. Uh, so so jnani understand the jidnyasu is looking for. He didn't get the complete yet. He's still finding out, still finding out, still finding out. But he don't have the complete knowledge. So jnani he's that he has the complete knowledge. So then these four kinds of people they come to Krishna. And then there are four kinds of people who don't come to Krishna. Namam duskutino mudha, janana sukrita arjuna, uh, namam duskutino mudham. I'm not getting, so I have to go back. So four kinds of people they don't surrender. One who consider themselves God, no, they cannot come to Krishna. Those who are Muda, no, there is a difference between Murkha and Muda. Murkha can be made jnani, but Muda means stubborn. Whatever I know, that is the only thing. I don't accept anything else. That is Muda. So, are you looking for the verse? Namam Dishkruti Muda Prapadyante Narama Mayaya Apurutta Jnana Asurim Bhavamasrita. So, Namam Dushkrutino, They are not engaged in pious activities. Those their activities are always against the scripture. Muda, they are like, they are so stubborn. Even if Krishna stands in front of them, they will not accept him. Even if Krishna, what to speak of everything else. Muda. So Mayaya Apurhuta Jnana, whose knowledge is stolen by the illusion. Correct? Like we have a knowledge, but that is covered. Correct? That is covered. Like our material knowledge covers our spirit soul. Correct? More we get material knowledge, more, and as I was saying in the beginning, more and more we try to get material knowledge. If we are not connected to the spirit soul, our spiritual identity gets covered. So that is called Mayaya Apurutta Jnana. Asurim Bhavam Asrita, one who has a demoniac mentality, demoniac like Ravana or Hiranyakashipu, Kamsa. So they don't accept Krishna because they want to become Krishna. And that's what is their thinking. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ishwaroham, Aham Bhogi. I am the supreme controller and I am the enjoyer. I am the enjoyer. So if you think you are the enjoyer, then you don't understand who is the real enjoyer. Right? So these four kinds of people, Krishna says, they never come to me. So all 8 categories are already explained. So we can understand people in this world according what is their spiritual level is they are either of these 8. Correct? So the what is the next verse? That is most important. Who is better in this 8? Who is better in this 8? Tesham Jnani Nityayukta Ek Bhaktir Vishishyate. So who is saying, Krishna is saying, Tesham Jnani Nityayukta, one who is situated in knowledge. Correct? Right? Tesham Jnani Nityayukta Ek Bhaktir Vishishyate. And not only he has a knowledge, Bhaktir Vishishyate. So he is situated in your, he's performing devotional service. Correct? So what is the difference between Jnana and Bhakti? By Jnana, you understand Krishna is God, I am his servant. That's it. But what is Bhakti? You act upon it. You serve Krishna, and that is Bhakti. So only Jnana is not much importance. But that Jnana, which is, practically used, then that is called Bhakti. It's like in science, you learn the theory like hydrogen, oxygen, it comes like water, something like that. I'm not a science person, but just give an example. Right, so that's a theory. Then you go to laboratory, get the hydrogen, oxygen in a tube, you give a heat, and you see the water is being. So bhakti is like that. So just to read, I am not this body, I am a spirit soul, Krishna is God, I am his servant. That's a knowledge. But actually performing devotional service, beginning with chanting, that is bhakti. That is vijnana. That is practical experience of what you read. And that is called vijnana. So in the first 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the living entity has been described as non-material spirit, non-material spirit soul, capable of elevating himself to self-realization by different types of yoga. So most of the qualities of soul are given in the second chapter. So, and then that spirit soul, Uddharet Atmanatmanam. So he is supposed to elevate himself. It is not just, it is important to understand I am not this body, but at the same time, understand the soul, and we have to elevate the soul. So what does that elevation means? So this human birth we have got after 8,400,000 species. Now we have to make sure we don't go degrade again. We don't degrade. Uddharet, we have to go up. So that is what Krishna is explaining in Bhagavad Gita, how to go up and not to go down, not to go degraded. So Prabhupada always explains that what is the real advancement? Real advancement is not material advancement. Real advancement is of the consciousness, of consciousness. We have all come through animal. Now we are at the level we are past the animal consciousness, and we are body of a human being, but our consciousness is still animal. What is the animal consciousness? Earth, only eating, mating, sleeping, defending. This is the animal consciousness. So even in this human form of life, if you are just engaged in eating, mating, sleeping, and defending, that is not different than any animal. So it is called two-legged animal. That's it. Human means human body, means you have given higher intelligence. We have given higher intelligence to understand the difference between animal and human being. That there is a difference. If we should not waste our body just in animalistic propensities of eating, mating, sleeping, defending. So what is that? Dharmo hitesham adhiko vishesha. What is the vishesha? What is the difference between animal and human being? He practices dharma. Practices dharma. So what is dharma? Again, the laws of God, laws of Krishna. That is called dharma. Very simple. Laws of Krishna, like Bhagavad Gita, is dharma. That's why Krishna comes again and again to establish that dharma. So Krishna has given this knowledge in Bhagavad Gita to elevate oneself. So elevation, highest elevation is yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. So when you come to the Krishna consciousness, or when you come to the spiritual platform, or to the Vaikuntha platform or Golok Vrindavan, you will never degrade yourself again. That is what is expected of human form of life. Now to go up at the highest consciousness, that is Krishna consciousness. So different kinds of yoga. There is Sankhya yoga, there is Karma yoga, Jnana yoga, Dhyana yoga. So Krishna explains all these yogas. So what is Sankhya yoga? Sankhya yoga is analytical understanding of material body. So whole body is consist of 8 elements, and beyond that there are 3 modes of material nature, and these elements are there. So then comes the important is Karma yoga. So mainly people, those who are know little bit of Bhagavad Gita, they talk about I'm Karma Yogi. I'm not a Bhakti Yogi. I'm Karma Yogi. So what is that understanding of Karma Yoga? Just do your karma. That's only their understanding. Do your karma, correct? And they think I'm doing karma, and that is what Bhagavad Gita says. But that is karma, but that is not Karma Yoga. So what is Karma Yoga? It is said that. यज्ञार्थात कर्मण्यत लोकोयम कर्म बंधना तदंतम कर्म कौंतेय मुक्त संग समाचर. So karma, or any activities done for the satisfaction of Krishna, that is Karma Yoga. If you are doing just a karma, just a activity, if it is not related to karma, then you are not Karma Yogi. So only doing karma or doing activity is not important. Doing that activity under the guidance of Krishna, or under the guidance of a saintly person who knows Krishna, that is called Karma Yoga. Otherwise, if you just think that I am working hard and that is the worship of Krishna, that is not Krishna. Don't accept that. Otherwise, donkey must be the best Karma Yogi, correct? Because who works harder than donkey? So donkey should be called Karma Yogi, right? If just work is worship, right? But what Krishna says, the work, if it is not related to yajnarthat, for the pleasure of Vishnu, then that karma bandhana, you are not becoming Karma Yogi, you are entangled in karma, which results in birth, old age, disease, and death. So Karma Yoga, the karma and Karma Yoga are different. So only karma doesn't become Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga is when related to Krishna. Now Buddhi Yoga, by knowledge, I'm a jnani. Unless that jnana brings you to the level of surrender into Krishna, that is not complete jnana. Vasudevam Saromiti sa Mahatma Sudurlava. Bahunam Janmanam Pante Jnanavan Ma Prapadyate. Vasudevam Saromiti sa Mahatma Sudurlava. So Bahunam Janmanam Ante. After many, many, many lifetimes, Krishna says, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Jnanavan Ma Prapadyate. One who is in complete knowledge surrenders unto me. So that knowledge which brings us at the lotus feet of Krishna, that is complete knowledge, and that is acquired. You are sitting here not because you are coming in contact with Krishna this lifetime. You have already performed you have already acquired so much knowledge before. That's why wherever you left, you are starting. Where you left, you are starting. Bahunam, it's a long process. Bahunam janmanamante jnanvam prapadyate. What he understand, Vasudevam Sarvamiti. Everything, what we see is all Vasudeva, is related, Vasudevam Sarvamiti. And every, Vasudeva is omnipotent and omniscient. He is in every atom. So that is the complete knowledge. So only knowledge is not a complete knowledge. It is jnana, it is not a jnana yoga. But that knowledge brings you to surrender to Krishna. That is complete knowledge. So also I was talking about our education, what we are going to take. It just remains a material knowledge. It doesn't remain any, it's not a complete knowledge. But if we add Krishna to that, knowing that he is the source of all the knowledge, then that is complete knowledge. So that is called Jnana Yoga. Now Dhyana Yoga, Krishna is explaining just before this chapter, sixth chapter ends with this verse. There is so many postures are explained. You have to sit straight, close half eye, and look at the tip of your nose. Impossible to do that. You can just try for a second. You sit straight, and with your half closed eyes, look at the tip of your nose. Just try it for a second. And how long you can sit like that? That is dhyana. You have to do like that for whole of your life. Is it possible? Okay. So that is not possible, right? So Krishna gives his second method. So he said, dhyana, if you're just sitting like that, that is not dhyana. Why you cannot do that? Reason, because there is nothing to meditate on. Nothing to meditate. You need mind or intelligence. You need some object to meditate. Otherwise, you cannot just sit like that. Or first thing, you cannot sit like that for a long time. But if you have no object for meditation, your meditation is not complete. Nowadays there are so many meditations are there. So many yoga studios are popping up in America also. Yoga becoming, and you're sitting in a peace like a posture for like 10 minutes. That's it. But afterwards, what happens? The mind starts traveling all over the world again. There's no control. Correct. So, what is real dhyana yoga? How you link Krishna with dhyana. So, who is the best yogi? Now we talked about jnana yogi, dhyana yogi, sankhya yogi, and karma yogi. Now, among these all, who is the best yogi? That's sixth last verse of the sixth chapter, and that is the we will be coming to that in this purport again. So that is the योगिनाम अपि सर्वेशा मद्गते अंतरात्मना श्रद्धावान भजते यो माम समय युक्त तमो मता. Now you ask Krishna, who is the best yogi? Right? He is telling karma yoga, dhyana yoga, buddhi yoga, sankhya yoga, and uh, karma yoga. Now, who is the best among all? So Krishna says, yoginam api sarvesha. Among all these yogis, yoginam api sarvesha madgate antaratmana, who is worshipping me within his heart. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam, with complete faith and surrender, who is engaged in devotional service, samaya yukta tamamata. He is the best amongst all. So it is not my opinion that Bhakti Yoga is the best. Or, just like Karmi Yogi say this is the best, and Dhyana Yogi will say that is his best, and Sankhya Yogi will say that is his best, Buddhi Yogi will say that is the best. Yoga means to link with Krishna. No, yoga means to link with the origin. So what is the origin? Krishna is the origin. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. So that origin himself is saying that Bhakti Yoga is the supreme. It is not we are saying because we are practicing Bhakti Yoga. Because Krishna is saying, Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamomata. The best among all yogi is Bhakti Yogi. Because he is connecting himself with Krishna with everything he has. Now, everything he has. So that is why among all the yogis, Krishna says Bhakti Yogi is the best. Then we'll go. Different types of yoga are only stepping stones on the path of Krishna consciousness. So they are in itself, they are not complete. They are stepping stones. Unless you come to the bhakti level, unless you engage yourself completely in the service of Krishna. One who takes directly to Krishna consciousness automatically knows about Brahma Jyotir and Paramatma in full. By practice of Krishna consciousness, yoga, one can know everything in full, namely the absolute truth, the living entities, the material nature, and their paraphernalia, manifestation with paraphernalia. So, Krishna is talking about why this bhakti is complete, because you know who is the absolute truth. You can understand what is this material nature, and I am being the part of material nature, that is a material manifestation. So everything this is linked. We see the origin is Krishna. Aham sarvasva pradavo. This one sloka is enough for understanding the purpose of our life. Aham sarvasva pradavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. That everything is emanating from me. Everything. Whatever you see, whatever you can't see. Krishna says everything. Aham sarvasva prabhava. Mattaha, from me. Sarvam pravartate. Everything is emanating. Iti matva bhajante mam. When you understand this, now if you understand everything is coming from Krishna, what is left? That is the end of knowledge. That's why it's called Vedanta. End of knowledge is everything coming from Krishna. So, uh, aham sarvasva prabho mattaswaram pravartate iti matva bhajante mam. So one who surrenders unto me, one who understands and bhajante, one who is engaged in bhakti, buddha means very intelligent. Buddha bhava samanvita. His consciousness is completely developed and he is the most intelligent person in the world. Who is the most intelligent person? One who has surrendered and he is engaged in bhakti yoga according to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct? It will not be recognized by your university okay, as the best of the person in the world. Correct? But the best person in the world says, the topmost personality, Krishna himself says, one who engaged in my devotional service, he gives a certificate. He is the best of the all intelligent people. That is who is the best according to Krishna? One who is engaged in devotional service. Why? Because he understands the material nature. He understands his own position in the material nature. He understands how the material nature is connected to Krishna. So all these things, once you understand Yasmin Krishna, once you know Krishna, you know everything. Once you know Krishna, you know everything. There is nothing to be known. Everything you understand just by one word, Krishna. That is why Krishna consciousness, all knowledge is complete. All knowledge is complete. One should therefore begin yoga practice as directed in the last verse of the 6th chapter. That's what we discussed about. A concentration of mind upon Krishna the Supreme is made possible by prescribed devotional service. So now what is that devotional service? There are 9 different forms of devotional service, which is the first one is Sravanam. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. These are the 9 process through which you can link Krishna. These are the 9 processes. Oh, it's there? Okay. So, the first thing is Sravanam. So, hearing from Krishna and hearing about Krishna. That will bring all other 8 forms of, this is called Navavida Bhakti, and that will bring other 8 kinds of Bhakti. Sravanam, of course, it comes with Kirtanam. Archanam, that means doing puja. Vandanam, standing in front of Krishna and praying. Dasyam, serving Krishna. Sakyam, you again enhance in service like a friend, you offer your service. And Atmanivedanam, completely surrendering to Krishna. So these are the Navavidha Bhakti. So that is what is called Bhakti. People says I am Bhakti Yogi, but what is the proof that we are Bhakti Yogi? So we have to be engaged in either of these 9 processes, Sravanam, Kirtanam. And the basic and the beginning of Navavida Bhakti is Sravanam, hearing. Hearing about God, hearing from God, and serving God. So that is why Krishna is saying here, which Raman is the first and most important. The Lord therefore says to Arjuna, Tat Shrunu, or hear from me. No one can be greater authority than Krishna. And therefore, by hearing from him, one receives the greatest opportunity to become a perfectly Krishna conscious person. One has therefore to learn from Krishna directly or from a pure devotee of Krishna, and not from a non-devotee upstart puffed up with academic education. So with our academic education, we cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. We cannot, even though if you are a Sanskrit scholar, still you will not understand Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita is a Raj Vidya, is the topmost knowledge, but is also Raj Guhyam. It is the topmost secret too. So even if you memorize 700 slokas of Bhagavad Gita, there is no guarantee that you will understand the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. A simple example is that even if you are grammatically perfect in English, if I give you medical book, you will not understand, even though it is written in English. Is it not true? Or if I give you a book of engineering, how to build a 100-story building, it is in English, and you are perfect in English grammar, English language, but you cannot understand that. Exactly the same way, because you know Sanskrit in detail doesn't mean you can understand the meaning of Bhagavad Gita. Huh? So when you can understand, yes, you have to go to school and learn engineering, learn medicine. Then your English knowledge is useful. That's why Krishna is telling here, non-devotee upstart, puffed up with academic education. People are trying to speak Bhagavad Gita because of because they know Sanskrit. That is not possible. Raj Vidya, Raj Guhyam. So what is the secret? Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktosi me sakacheti rahasyam he tad uttamam. Bhaktosi, because you are my devotee, all the secret is revealed. Bhaktochi me sakacheti, because you are my friend, Arjuna. Rahasyam, I am opening this secret to you. Tad uttamam, the best of all the secrets I am opening to you. And what is that? Bhakti. So what does it mean? That unless you perform, unless you follow what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, you cannot understand Krishna Bhagavad Gita. And do you understand, if some person is telling something, how you are going to understand what is his consciousness, what he wants us to do, why he is telling all these things, unless you understand from him only, or person who knows him, correct? You cannot understand what that person wants. That is why Krishna says that just by with academic education, you cannot understand Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, that's what is happening. You know, many people are speaking Bhagavad Gita, but you ask them, they don't even believe in Krishna. You know, they don't even believe in Krishna. And some people say, I am Krishna. Also, after reading Bhagavad Gita, they say, I am Krishna. Correct? So, what is the use of reading that Bhagavad Gita? You come and tell, I am Krishna. So it is not that people are telling now. Even when Krishna was present, there was one person whose name was Pandrak. You know, he went in front of Krishna. He said, "I am Krishna." And Krishna is laughing. My God, you know. And what is he doing? He has plaster of Paris, two hands extra. So Krishna had Chaturbhuj, and he also had two plaster of Paris hands. You know, and he's going and telling Krishna, "I am Krishna." You know, then Krishna just slaps him. That is what Krishna does with us. Okay, you're God, then why you become old? You're God, then why your teeth are falling off? If you're God, why you are dying? Right? That proves we are not God. Right? So that is why Bhagavad Gita has to be understood from a devotee. Bhakto sime sakacheti. And at the end of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is coming to this again. He says, Idam tute guhyatamam. He says, I told you. He's telling 17 chapters. And last in 18 chapters, he's saying, Idam tute guhyatamam. You know, I'm telling you the secret. And it is not only a secret, guhyat guhyataram. It's the secret of all the secrets. No one will tell you. Shunum me paramam vacha. That's Krishna, Prabhupada is mentioning here. Shunum me paramam vacha. Now, understand the topmost thing for your benefit. Topmost thing for your benefit of you have attained human form of life. Topmost thing. There is nothing beyond this. Nothing beyond this knowledge. And you know what is he saying? Very simple thing. Manmana bhav mad bhakto. Become my devotee. Become my devotee. Offer your worship to me. I am telling you the truth because I love you. Now, how many people tell you I love you? Everybody tells, right? But they really love us? They really love us? If they don't love us, then why they are telling us I love you? So now we have to hear from Krishna. If you don't hear Krishna's I love you, we have to hear from somebody else. And actually, even if they say I love you, they love your body. As long as your body is satisfying their body, they love you. But Krishna is not like that. Even if you don't do anything for Krishna, Krishna is still loving you. He's not that great person. That is why we have to understand who that person who does everything for me. And that is bhakti. And that is why Krishna says this is the topmost secret in Bhagavad Gita. Bhakti. Not knowledge, not dhyana, not yoga. Bhakti. He said, only with bhakti, I will be known as I am. Bhakti amam abhijanati yavan nasyasmi tattvata. There is nothing, nothing else. So that is why Srila Prabhupada mentioned that is the highest education. No. So verse begins with Maya Sakta Manapartha, become attached to me. So this is why whole Bhagavad Gita is Krishna is telling become attached to me. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam, this process of understanding Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth, is described in the second chapter of the first canto as follows. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, there are many slokas. So, we'll just, would you like to repeat after me? They are, even if you don't understand anything, just saying them is very purification. Shunvatam Swakata Krishna
Shrivataam Swagata Krishna
Punyasravana Kirtanaha
Punyasravana Kirtanaha
Rudyantasto Bhadrani
Hridyantasto Vibhadrani
Vidu Noti Surutsatam
Vidunoti Surutsatam
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Arudreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavateruttama Sloke
Bhagavate Uttama Sloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki
Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki
Tada Rajastamo Bhavaha
Tadarajastamo Bhavaha
Kamalobhadayaschaye
Kamalobhadayasya
Chetaitiranavidam
Chetaitiranavidam
Sthitam Sattve Prasidati
Sritam Sattve Prasidati
Evam Prasanna Manaso
Evam Prasanna Manaso
Bhagavat Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavad Bhakti Yogataha
Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam
Bhagavad Tattva Vijnanam
Mukta Sangasya Jayate
Mukta Sangasya Jayate
Vindante Hridaya Granthis
Srinyante Hridayagante
Siddhyante Sarva Samshayaha
Siddhyante Sarva Samshaya
Chayante Chasya Karmani
Jayante Chasya Karmani
Drushta Evatmanishware.
Drishtayeva
So now the translation is not given as it is exactly, but Prabhupada is translating all this sloka in short. So to hear about Krishna from Vedic literature or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita, it's itself righteous activity. So how to understand Krishna? By your own imagination, you can understand Krishna. Only thing if he explains to you, you will understand. Just like suppose if you eat gulab jam, everybody eats gulab jam, right? At least once in their lifetime. So you can do PhD on gulab jam. You can do PhD. How much sugar is there, and how much milk is used. How much fire is used to heat the thing, and how much time is all making it round and frying it, and how much sugar is used as a syrup to soak it. Correct? If we can do PhD on that, still you will not come to a complete knowledge. I guarantee you. Still you will not come. You know. So easiest way is to go and ask the person who cooked it. How many people ate pizza today? You never ate? Oh, only one person. And that's not a good person to ask. It's my wife. She's not going to say anything against my. Oh, probably you are going to eat that after, right? So correct. So just coming back to the same example, gulab jam. You go and ask the person who made it. Is it not a simple process? How did you make it? How much sugar is there? How much kava milk powder is used, or how much sugar is used, and how it is made. And correct, it's like if your mother makes it, so go and ask mother. It's so nice. How did you make this, mom? She'll tell you in 1 minute. Okay, this much sugar is there, this much kava is there. This is how you need it. Make round balls and just fry them in this amount of ghee and then put it in the syrup. That's it. So we are wasting our whole life in PhD to make that gulab jam, and then we are not even getting the taste because it's just a knowledge of gulab jam. It is not even gulab jam. So that is what our education is like that. We have education of making gulab jam, but we have no experience of eating gulab jam. So to understand everything, the source of everything is Krishna. So that is why Krishna has to give this knowledge. Nobody can guess. Nobody can, come to a conclusion. So therefore, sometimes people say, why Krishna is so puffed up? He said, I am this, I am that, I am origin. Because he is. Correct? Unless he tells you, how you are going to understand? It is not, we are trying to do that. I am trying to become Krishna. I know everything. What do you know? You don't even know yourself. What to speak of everything. So when Krishna comes and tells, I am the origin of everything, because he is the origin, because nobody was there, he was there. So therefore he knows himself. So better, if you want to understand God, understand God himself. That's simple process. No simple process to understand Pratyaksha. So that is why Prabhupada is mentioning here, it is righteous activity to directly understand from Krishna himself. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing about him. So that is Nashtaprayashu Abhadreshu. So all the anarthas, whatever impediments are there to understand Krishna, you know, they are all washed away, and our heart becomes completely pure. Now our heart is contaminated with anarthas. There are so many anarthas. What is anartha? Artha means, it has some meaning. Anartha means it has no meaning. So there are so many things in our heart which has no meaning for our life also and for anybody's benefit also. So all these unwanted things are removed from our heart. Nashta prayashu abhadreshu, unwanted thing. And what is the wanted thing? Our original constitutional position, Satchidananda. That is our original position. That is revealed to us. It's just like cleaning a mirror. It's like cleaning a mirror. So what happens after you clean the mirror? You stand, you can see it clearly. Correct? If you stand there, sometimes if you go to a circus, if you stand there, you look like a pumpkin, because the mirror is like a pumpkin. You made it like a cross. So what we are seeing now, we are seeing it covered. You know, well, we are not even seeing our real swarupa. So what is happening? The bhakti process is cleaning our heart, cleaning. So there is nothing wrong outside. Everything is wrong in our heart, and that cleanliness is required. And that cleanliness begins with Sravana. Constantly engage in hearing about. The more we hear about Krishna, the more our heart becomes pure. In fact, in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, very famous Leela of Krishna is Rasa Leela, correct? The people who do not know Krishna, they misinterpret Rasa Leela, and they look like Hollywood or Bollywood by heroine and heroes are like, oh, maybe Krishna is also like that. So Parikshit Maharaj is asking this question to Shukdev Goswami, who is telling this Rasa Leela. So what is it? What is he asking? He said, Krishna is. He says that yadyat acharati shrestha. Whatever a great man does, common man follows. So Krishna, you are the great man. If you start dancing with the gopis, what about common people? They will also start to dance with the gopis. Correct. So why Krishna is doing this kind of immoral activity, and what is he want to teach? So this is a question of Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj says, he said, if you hear the pastime or Raslila of Radha and Krishna, your heart will become pure. But if you see the same thing in Bollywood or Hollywood, your heart will become contaminated. Your heart will be attracted with the lust. Because Krishna's Leela is not on the platform of material nature. You know, just imagine, uh, simple question we can ask ourselves: is the soul boy or girl? Who is soul? Is neither boy nor girl, right? So the supreme person, how he can be attracted to the girl, right? So that gives us idea that this Raslila is not on the material platform, right? Simple. Literal detail you can go, we can read Bhagavad Gita and understand all these things. So that what is Krishna. So that lust is keeping us away from Krishna, correct? Therefore, Shukdev Goswami, he is the greatest sannyasi, is talking about Raslila. And he says this is the supreme. This is Krishna's supreme activity. And hearing that, your heart becomes pure. Nashta prayashu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya. So therefore it is said that we should hear Bhagavatam every day, not once. Saat din ka saptah ho gaya. No, seven, not only 7 days. Nityam bhagavata sevaya. Every day we should hear about Bhagavatam. Two books. Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavad. Every day we should read at least something, because that will keep our mind intelligence in track. Otherwise, when you go outside, it is so confusing. You'll be bewildered by what you will see. So to see the reality of the world, we have to read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam every day. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. So in this way, a devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. So the knowledge is, it is not that we are, it's like a college, you go to acquire knowledge, right? So this bhakti, knowledge about Krishna, is not to be acquired. It is not to be acquired. It is said in Chaitanya Charitamrut, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Kabu Noy Shravanadhi Shuddha Chitte Korule Uday. So Nitya Siddha, this knowledge about Krishna is eternally with you. Eternally with you. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. The Krishna, love for Krishna is in everybody's heart. But what has happened, we have forgotten it. So how to revive that? Sravanadi Suddha Chitte. Just by hearing in pure consciousness from a person who has pure consciousness. Shravanadi Shuddha Chitte Korule Udoy. It automatically becomes manifested. So just like all of you are going to college, you acquired that knowledge external, correct? It is not naturally in your heart. You have to go study, give exam, 20, 25, 30 years, you keep on study. But that knowledge finished when the body is finished. Right? Again, if you take a next life, again you have to go start from first. You cannot tell them, I was a MBA last life. It doesn't work. You you have to go, and even if you remember, will not remember. You have to go and start from the first. Right? But now, knowledge about Krishna is not like that. Correct? Suppose last life you ate prasad, immediately you will come to ISKCON and you have prasadam. Correct? That process will begin from there. Then not only you will eat prasad, say, I had a lot of prasad last life, at least I should do why they give me prasad. Let me find out. So you will advance like that. So that knowledge about Krishna is eternally with us, Nitya Siddha. That is our original knowledge, but that is covered by this all material knowledge. So as he hears more about Krishna from Bhagavatam and from devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. So, how we become fixed in the devotional service? By regularly hearing. So, that is why Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are uh, diminished. So, what is the cause of our being in this material world? Krishna is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Kama rupena kaunteya duspurna nilenacha. This is the lust and lust only, that has brought us to this material world. So how we are going to come over it? Just by hearing about Krishna, about pure devotional service. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understand the science of God perfectly. So we have to be always in the sattva guna. That is why the food we eat as a prasadam is always in the sattva guna. And unless you are in sattva guna, you will not get the spiritual knowledge, because it is that is one of the quality of sattva guna. Sattvat sanjayate. So only the knowledge will be revealed to when you are in sattva guna. If you are in the mode of ignorance and passion, the knowledge will not be, you are not ready. Our consciousness is not ready to accept spiritual knowledge. So we have to be in the mode of goodness. Therefore, we have to eat food in the mode of goodness. Then only you can surpass. It is not that mode of goodness is the highest. We have to surpass even the mode of goodness. But at least in the human life, you have to be on the level of mode of goodness, and then you can take off from there. Right? As long as we have this body, we are going to be in some mode, but we have to help, we have to take help of that to go above that. Just like when we sit in an airplane, correct? Airplane is touched to the ground, but as it takes its speed, in one point it lifts up and goes into the sky. So our consciousness, because consciousness, the soul has the material body, so we have some material activity. So but they should go along the driveway, they should not get stuck. And at one point you are ready to lift your consciousness and go to Krishna. which is not from this world. That is Shuddha Sattva. But the most important thing is you have to keep the momentum. We should not be just stagnant, is mode of ignorance, and slowly going is mode of passion, right? But mode of goodness is taking speed, you know, and Shuddha Sattva is lifting. You are the wheels of the flight are not touched to the ground. So that is Shuddha Sattva. But to bring to that stage, to take that, on the runway, you need some speed to go up. So that is Sattva Guna. So human being is, it has to be in Sattva Guna. That means progressively increasing in purifying your consciousness. That's like a speeding up the airplane. And but what is the purpose? Airplane doesn't just go on speeding up and goes around and around on the ground, right? Purpose of that speed is to lift you from that. So mode of goodness is to lift you even above the mode of goodness, and that is Shuddha Sattva. That is pure consciousness. That is why it's saying. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the heart, not a material affection. So that is the one. Your heart connected to the ground. Let's like the flight is taking off. So, but at least when the flight is takes off, what happens? That nature connection with the land is discontinued. Then he is in the sky. So the soul, you take the help of this body, which is full of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Keep it maximum goodness, and with that help, lift this consciousness, and then cut the relationship with this material world. So even staying in this material world, you can cut your relationship with this material world only by Bhakti Yoga. So it's very easy to understand what is material and spiritual. Material means that is not connected to Krishna. Spiritual means which is connected to Krishna. So you can easily cut your relationship with this material nature by engaging our consciousness 24 hours in Krishna's service. That is what is the purpose of human life. So, thus, Bhakti Yoga, Shiva, heart, not a material affection, enables one to come once to the stage of As-samshayam samagram mam, so understanding the supreme absolute truth, personality of Godhead. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna. So, Krishna consciousness is the topmost science. This is for Raj Vidya. So, but there is a process to understand, that is from devotee or one who understood in parampara. So, I think I can stop here. You have 5 minutes for lectures. Sorry, questions. If anybody has any question, yes.
I'm I'm trying to understand like what is the difference between karma yogi and bhakti yogi, Prabhuji. I mean, as you said, karma yogi, tries to do the karma by what is the in pleasure of to please Krishna, right?
Yes.
Yeah, bhakti yogi, he is also does everything for the pleasure of Krishna.
Yes.
Then what is the difference? I mean, how I can, if I am doing something for the pleasure of Krishna,
Mm.
am I a bhakti yogi or a karma yogi? I mean, what am I practicing
See what
exactly?
happened. This is the step by step, correct?
Okay.
Begins with Sankhya,
Mm-hmm.
then you go to Buddhi, that is intelligence, then you go to Jnana, then you go to Karma,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go to Dhyana, correct?
Okay.
In Bhakti, all these things are included. Bhakti means all these, there is Jnana,
Uh-huh.
there is Karma,
Okay.
and there is Dhyana. All these three things are already included in Bhakti. So
It's,
that's the stepping, that's a step by step. But once you're in Bhakti Yoga, you're automatically past all these things. You don't need to do karma separately, because Bhakti means you are engaged in the service of Krishna. You don't have to do dhyana separately,
yeah,
because you are engaged in Krishna's dhyana,
Krishna.
japa, and understanding. And you don't need to do understand Krishna separately, because you are understanding from Krishna and his devotees. So all this process, they are like a stepping. But just if you are on the platform of knowledge, you are not getting dhyana, or you are not getting karma. Or just on the karma, you are doing your duty. But if they are not attached to Krishna, then you are not becoming perfect yogi. Correct? So all these things. That's why I referred this last sixth chapter, last sloka. Who is best among all? Now Krishna has already explained all this in previously 6 chapters. So that's why Krishna is telling who is the best of all the yogis. Now, whatever yogis in Sankhya, Dhyana, Karma, and Jnana. So who is best among all? So Krishna says Bhakti Yogi. Yoginapi Sarvesha Isgate Antaratmana Sraddhavan Bhajate Yomam. One who is engaged in Bhakti. Correct? He is the best one. Because he is automatically doing that all. Okay? Hare Krishna. Is that
Does the karma yogi is surrender to the Krishna or he is more focused on the karma itself?
no? His karma is karma in itself are not complete. I gave the
Okay.
example of donkey, right?
Yeah.
He's doing whole day, he's doing work.
Mm.
But is it connected to Krishna?
No.
No. So he may be a karma, he is not a yogi, karma yogi. Correct? He's engaged just doing karma. He cannot be called as a karma yogi. Even in material terms, yoga means to link.
Okay.
Through your karma, dhyana, sankhya, buddhi. You have to link with Krishna. Then it becomes perfect. In itself, they are not perfect. Got the point?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My question has to do with, the essence of like maybe falling down. You make so much advancement, and maybe, even all living entities in the material world, from us to Brahma and all these demigods, they even sometimes forget that Krishna is Bhagavan.
Mhm.
And so, because they're so advanced and superhuman in some nature, maybe they have better thinking capabilities and more knowledge retention, than human beings, because we can fall down so much, and of course we have the mercy of Guru and Krishna to bring us. But how does Krishna use Maya to keep some living entities from all the way to the bottom to Brahma? How does Krishna use Maya, and how can we overcome that? And why do some people forget Krishna, and why does Krishna let those people fall down?
Krishna don't let people fall down. They fall down. Krishna is bringing up. Krishna is bringing. Krishna. That is why Krishna is giving this knowledge. Why Krishna is giving prasadam. Why Krishna is giving the holy name. Why Krishna is giving all the association. That proves that he wants you to bring up. Correct. If I don't take advantage of this, that is my fault. It is not Krishna's fault. So I am lacking the strength, or I am lacking surrender. Understand my point? So all the facility, even though we have forgotten Krishna, still Krishna has given all the facilities to come to him. That if Krishna don't wanted us, why you will tell Bhagavad Gita and he will lead this and come back? You are suffering there. Yeah. Right? So more you hold on to your own ideas, you will suffer and you will be away from Krishna. Understand? So even if you go to the highest knowledge, Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita, the Indriyani pramatini haranti prasabham mana. So what is these senses are so strong, they can bewilder person who has all the knowledge. Vishwamitra. He had all the knowledge, but you will get bewildered. Right?
So does Krishna make that Maya also readily available?
No, it is like you ask for it and you get it. Krishna, it is not readily available. It is always there. You have to choose. Right? Prabhupada gives an wonderful example of electricity. Is electricity is hot or cold?
Hot.
Depends upon how you use it. You can make a heater, you can make an air conditioner. Electricity is neither hot or not cold, but that can make it cold and that can also make heat. So energy is spiritual, but when you forget, then it becomes an ignorance. Right? That then it becomes Mahamaya. And when you connect, it is Yoga Maya, connected to Krishna. Maya takes you away from Krishna. And what is the factor of in between both? Desire. You be connected, you are with Krishna. You want to forget, then Krishna said, okay, you want to forget me, then I will help you to forget also. Mattas prati jnanam apohanam cha. Sarvasya aham rudhi sannivishto mattas prati jnanam apohanam cha. I am seated in everyone's heart. From me comes remembrance, from me comes forgetfulness. So if you are trying to remember, Krishna will help you. If you are trying to forget, Krishna will make you forget so much that you will not understand who Krishna is, because you want to. So choice is ours. There's only one thing you have in your hand: desire, nothing else. Everything is depending on Krishna. Just one desire can make so much difference. I have to desire every single second to the extent that it becomes the nature of our soul. Soul's nature is to love God. So unless we become, so that's why we have to be very careful in Kali Yuga, especially Padam Padam. Every step there is a danger. That's why the association of saintly people is most important. Living with like-minded people. That's why Prabhupada struggles so much to give this ISKCON, so that like-minded people, you know. So that is why this Maya is so strong. So what is how we can overcome Maya? Krishna says, Deviyesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya. It's very difficult to overcome. But Mame ve prapadyante Maya me tam tarantite. When you surrenders to me, you can easily overcome Maya. Okay? Hare Krishna. So best way to remember Krishna is to chant. So Gopal Pran, who are going to everyone knows how to chant, right?
Just come for the first time. So you just explain them about chanting also. A couple of minutes. Can you explain for a minute what is chanting?